礼节美语。
Lily 跟同事 Kyle 和 Jerry 在聊西方给小费的文化。Jerry 是从中国来的，觉得美国给小费的习俗很不方便。Lily 说
I can see how the custom might make visitors uncomfortable. I've heard stories about restaurant staff getting angry at tourists. Some Americans might not realize that tipping is not a custom in many places around the world.
In Japan, some people get offended if you offer them a tip. Tipping is not part of their culture at all. They feel quality service is their duty.
Every culture looks at this issue very differently.
Yeah, back in China, tipping goes the other way around. Restaurant owners will often give free drinks or food to customers as a reward for loyalty. So what happens in Canada or the US if the service is really awful? Can you skip the tip?
在小费方面的文化差异，有时还会引起纠纷。如果外国游客不给小费，有些不明就里的餐馆服务员就可能感到气不过。与此同时，在日本，给别人小费则会让人觉得这是一种侮辱。而在中国
Tipping goes the other way around.
不是顾客给服务员小费，而往往是餐馆给那些老顾客一些好处，让他们经常来照顾生意。Jerry 问，那如果服务特别差，是不是就不用给小费了呢？ Kyle 回答说
Not really. I know some people might reduce the amount as a way of demonstrating they were unhappy, but you pretty much always have to leave a tip.
In Canada, we don't tip as much as they do in the US. 10 or 15% is fine.
But in the States, they expect 20%.
Yeah, that's true. Back in the 1980s, it was also about 10 or 15%. But everything has gotten more expensive.
Do you really think tipping inspires better service?
Kyle 说，给小费已经是约定俗成的了，即使服务差，多少也要留一些。美国的小费高一些，多达消费总额的 20%， 而加拿大稍微少点 10% 到 15% 就够了。给小费的做法真能够刺激服务员，让他们提供更加周到的服务吗？ Lily 觉得
Even though I'm not such a big fan of the practice, actually, I think it does.
Yeah, I would have to agree. The staff knows that there is the potential for getting a nice tip if they treat the customers right.
The staff will often be more attentive and will make sure they get all the little details of your order right, because sometimes a generous person might leave them a sizable gratuity.
I guess, just like everything, tipping has its pros and cons.
Lily 说，虽然
I'm not a big fan of the practice.
虽然我不是特别认同给小费这件事儿
Be a big fan of something.
是热衷支持某事的意思。这里所说的
The practice.
指的就是给小费的习俗，但是他觉得服务员确实会为了多拿小费而提供更周到的服务，对顾客更加
Attentive.
无微不至。如果碰上个大方的顾客，就可能拿到
A sizable gratuity.
一笔数目可观的小费。
Gratuity is spelled G-R-A-T-U-I-T-Y. Gratuity.
也是小费的意思。